This past weekend, Rare opened Sea of Thieves to those who pre-ordered once again, this time with the idea of stressing the servers to make sure everything is ready for launch. Fortunately, this playtest brought new and exciting things to the golden age of piracy. Hey guys, JV here, and today I'm discussing my thoughts on Sea of Thieves after the scale test. Before we get into that, just a heads up, you can find daily streams of the newest games as well as commentaries just like this on my Facebook page. So check out the link in the description below and stay tuned for tons of awesome content. I was pleasantly surprised when I heard there was a technical test for Sea of Thieves this past weekend. It really snuck up on me. Although I had already played hours upon hours during the previous closed betas, all I could think of is how much I couldn't wait to stream the full game in March. Luckily, we got to stream the game on Friday and had a special Saturday stream with some fellow Facebook gaming creators that was so fun. But in the several more hours of time I got with the game, I just wanted to discuss some of the various improvements I saw and really enjoyed. The first change I noticed immediately was with storms, because we spawned into one. Before this test, storms only affected the player by producing larger waves with the water, obviously, so that made it more difficult to navigate the water. Now, storms throw another major obstacle in your way. They mess with your compass. The magnetic fields are thrown out of whack because the compass will spin wildly, forcing you to use the map below the deck or rely on eyesight alone to find where you're going. This was compounded by one of the most significant additions, which is more realistic wheel mechanics. I guess this refers to sailing in its entirety, but the wheel functions quite differently now. Before, you could steer the wheel and find a perfect position and leave it there, such as the middle, and the position would stick, it would stay in place. You could tend to the other responsibilities on the boat, and the only thing that might affect your heading would be the wind and sails. Now it seems like the wheel is unlocked and steering is on realistic mode. The wheel will spin and rotate on its own according to the wind, waves, and general momentum that you already have. It's kind of hard to describe this change in words and much easier to see and feel by playing the game. However, it's far more important to make sure that you have a crew member at the helm at all times. Next, we saw the pirate selection system. I would call it character customization, but that's not really what it is. At the very beginning of the game, you're forced to choose a pirate appearance. This is a very important decision, as you won't be able to change it after your selection is made. You're given 8 randomly procedurally generated pirate personas at a time, each with their own appearance. There are no sliders or individual pieces to customize. It's all or nothing with these options. However, if you don't like what you see, you're able to randomize the 8 choices as many times as you'd like. Personally, I thought the system was totally fine, as I don't really care about customizing characters in most games that I play. In the scale test, I chose the largest pirate I could find, and his comically obese body kept me entertained the entire time. One seemingly minor change was to the underwater detail. Before, there were a few areas with seaweed, but there was no wildlife beyond sharks to speak of in the water. Now you can find tons of seaweed reaching from the seafloor to the surface, schools of clownfish and other small sea creatures swimming about when you get in the water. As you guys know, I've been playing some Subnautica, and it really reminded me of that game. The ocean feels so much more alive with these additions, so I was very happy to see those. Another change, which was apparently accidental, was the addition of the Order of Souls quests. If you weren't aware, there will be 3 factions available at launch: the Gold Hoarders, Order of Souls, and Merchant Alliance. We've only ever seen the Gold Hoarders. However, the Order of Souls quests seem to begin via messages in a bottle. In random areas across all of the islands, you can find these glinting, sparkling bottles nestled in the sand. Some lead you on treasure chest riddles, very similar to the Gold Hoarder voyages, but if you're lucky, you may find a mythical bounty. In my adventures, we found an order to seek out Captain Hookhand Humphreys and Captain Shifty Shuvoyit, I think that's how you say his name. Once we arrived at the island, we fought several waves of undead until the 2 skeletal captains appeared. After a hard-fought battle, we were rewarded with 2 creepy glowing skulls, which functioned very similarly to treasure chests. Unfortunately, the Order of Souls vendor did not exist in the game, but having a small taste of this fantasy was absolutely incredible. I can't show the stream footage here on YouTube, but my stream on Facebook shows this entire experience, and I can't wait to see what other kind of adventures the Order of Souls will take me on. Finally, a small but very important change was made to NPCs. Before, the interaction was very passive and almost non-existent. You would walk up, press one button, and that would open the corresponding menu, whatever that vendor offered. Now, each vendor has a string of dialogue choices. For example, you can ask the Gold Hoarder's rep how to find gold, how his company works, and what else he can offer you. These are not just one-question interactions either. They can go on for several lines, offering a bit of pirate humor along the way. Even Tracy the barkeeper has something to say. You can ask her what the grog is like here, comment on her necklace, and see what the best way to party is. These little interactions go a long way for the immersion factor of the game. Oh, and one more thing. These NPCs seem to be randomly generated every single time you enter a new game. I saw several different versions of Humphrey of the Gold Hoarders, Charles the clothes salesman, and on and on. It just totally shocked me to see these changes in the technical test. Not only were there so many, they were so impactful, no matter how small. Every single one was significant and added to the overall experience. If it wasn't so already, this technical test solidified Sea of Thieves' position as one of the most anticipated titles coming out this year for me. Of course, you can expect a ton of Sea of Thieves content here on YouTube, as well as a full streamed experience over on my Facebook page. So be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss a thing. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. In the comment section below, tell me what you thought about this technical test. Are you super hyped for the game like I am? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more commentaries just like this. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.